What exactly are we talking about?
Politics.
Sports.
Education.
We'll tell you anything you want to hear.
We talk, you listen.
Big's Golf Talk.
Well, here you all are, waiting to hear my broadcast. How very nice of you.
Big's Golf Talk.
America is talking.
Talking and yakety yak.
Blah, blah, blah.
It's all about talk.
A place for information, advice, golf news, golf reviews, and of course, golf humor.
Do you know who this is?
Big's Golf Talk.
Comes highly recommended. You're going to feel better if you talk to him.
That's the fact, Jack. Now we'll talk.
Big's Golf Talk is presented by Tour Edge Golf, golf's most solid investment. Pound for pound, nothing comes close. BGT is also sponsored in part by The Distance Shoe, Squares Shoes, proof, not promise. Anson Belt and Buckle, premium belts for everyday use. AnsonBelt.com. Encore Golf, The Claw Glove by Caddy Daddy, Photo Ball Marker, and UFO Tour Golf. Connect with Big's Golf Talk on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all at Big's Golf Talk. Subscribe with us on YouTube and iTunes, Amazon Music, and the Google Play Music Store. We're also available on iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all your Alexa devices. Well, that's a fact, Jack. I am Big John Quick. She is the golf diva, Amanda Sensor, and he is Bill Cuevas, the golf father, on Big's Golf Talk BGT 2.0 and BGT TV. You know, guys, I almost forgot how to do this. It's been so long.
Yes, sir. On a good note, I didn't forget how to drink coffee.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll tell you what, ending 6 weeks of it's been hot here in New Mexico, and I know down in Arizona, you guys are suffering just as bad as the heat there. Bill and I have been squelching here in New Mexico with actually 5 straight weeks of being over
100.
Yes. So
insane.
we have a record here in New Mexico.
Yep. I think it's because you moved here.
Is that why? Because I moved here?
Yep. The heat just got turned up.
I don't know about
I will say
that's the story I'm going to stick with. Go ahead, Amanda.
Like we're deep into July and people are acting like this is unusual. Like I don't know. It's funny. We talked to a guy yesterday from the East Coast, and he was like, "Man, from our point of view, media is making it seem like the end of the world is coming on your side of the country."
Yeah.
And like to me, I don't know a time in Phoenix in July that it wasn't 110. Like I don't.
July and August, what do they call it? The dog days of summer? I mean, that's.
Yeah, I don't know why people are acting like this is not a normal thing. I mean, yeah, it's hot, but it's always hot. And this is not a new thing. And they're like, now all the maps on Google Maps, it says excessive heat may cause like issues for your route. Like, but I think it's just like them wanting to make it seem bigger than it is because there's, I mean, it's hot. It's Phoenix. Isn't
that what the mainstream media is all about? Is creating fear and worrisome with individuals, right? And this is just what my good friend Rob West said it the best on social media. Arizona peeps. This is no different from what it was when I was born and raised here in Arizona.
Normal. It's very normal.
Yeah. You just have to take the proper steps to take care of yourself and check on the elderly. That's the important issue. The important issue is not the heat itself, but what you're going to do to cope with the heat that's there every single year around this time.
Well, it is. The people that don't live there don't know how to deal with it. So they can complain and cry all they want, but most people like you that live there, they know. It's like going to Florida. We know that it's going to rain every single day
and
for 10 minutes.
Right.
And it's going to be sweltering and you're going to sweat. It's going to be 100 degrees of swamp, and we're used to it. So when you go there, other people go there like, I taste water. I breathe the water. It's like for us, it's nothing. So it depends, if you're acclimated to it, it doesn't really affect us as much.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. It's just interesting. It's like the first year that I've really seen, like I said, the Google Maps adding,
Yeah.
that, it may affect your route, which I don't know how heat affects your route, but
I won't say her name because then she's going to start talking and we don't want her to talk. But she keeps going off. Heat advisory. Don't go outside. Do your air conditioning. Do this, do that. And I'm like, I know it's hot outside. That's why I'm inside.
you're like, I know.
But it's not going to stop me from going outside.
I think what happens, ladies and gentlemen, as we get older in our ages, it starts to affect us even more than it did when we were younger in our ages. Because I'll tell you, I used to spend 8-10 hours outside in at the beach and all that stuff, and just to hear the media and all these warnings come through your phone and all that stuff. And but I do think that when you get older in age, it's a lot harder to cope with it and deal with it. And this is why we need to take the steps in these heat days and check on the elderly and check on our moms, our dads, our grandparents, our aunts, our uncles, who is above 60 years old and where it is the most dangerous for them. But for us itself, it's about how we prepare and cope ourselves. And this is just an annual thing. It's nothing different. It's not like the sun is getting closer to the earth.
Well, we don't want to forget the little babies and kids. I think I heard a report just the other day that this year so far they've had more infant deaths for people leaving their kids in the car. And there was just a story the other day. I'm trying to figure out how you forget your infant overnight in a car, but they had parents that actually left their baby in the car overnight and then wonder why it passed. I'm trying to sit there and figure out, how do you not know your baby's not crying through the night? You have an infant, a baby.
Through the night, I could see, because I know a lot of people, it's a terrible thing, leaving your infant in a car, and it's just awful. And I'm not a parent, but there is a part of me that, gosh, for the ones that do find themselves in that position, and it truly there was no malintent. Like, that would be so earth shattering to leave it. I mean, I left groceries in the car the other day, and my husband was like, hey, where's the whatever? And I went, oh my gosh. And I ran out there and got him. And it had only been like 45 minutes. Granted, groceries are not a child.
No. It's a good scenario of it. It's the same.
At the same time, it doesn't take very long for the heat to play a factor. And children, pets, any of that nature, if I see it, I'm breaking the window.
Yeah. And that's the thing. That's what's happening. There's more and more people being arrested for it. I mean, there was a woman trying to rob Walmart, and for God's sake, she literally parked in front of Walmart and shut off her car, did the whole 9 yards, and left her 2 kids inside the car. So how do you do stupid things like that? It's like, I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't even.
Well, first off, I don't get me started on a whole. You're drinking coffee now. What are you drinking?
Water, hydration.
Oh, the Golf Father. That's a cool container.
Okay.
I thought it was a paint can.
Yeah.
Like a spray paint can.
Yeah.
Nah, this thing is a couple years old. One of my friends gave it to me for my birthday.
Oh.
So yeah, I don't get to use it on here because I use my cup, but my cup is getting harder and harder to clean. You can see the scratch marks on it. So I'm like, okay. Because I tried that plastic wash. I tried every other wash, but when you have a cup for 5, 6, 7 years, it's
rough.
But don't get me started on the crime rate here and how this lovely state and city government handles the crime here in Albuquerque itself and across the state in New Mexico. These poor police officers have their hands tied, and and not enough out there and shorthanded. I mean, they're advertising and offering bonuses for people that want to sign up to become a police officer and become, a corrections officer and all that stuff. I mean, that's how shorthanded it is.
And
However,
they're all smiling.
yeah.
Hi.
Well,
yeah, but who wants to step into that? It's quite a bit different than it was 5-10 years ago as stepping in. I want to serve, I want to protect. And now it's like
you try to protect and you get arrested because
that's the problem. Your hands, like you said, are very tied.
It's crazy. I played golf with two of the officers, and you played with them one time. One of them was a lieutenant, the other one was a sergeant. One was on the job for like 6 years, was involved in 4 shootings in 6 years. Jeez. You got guys in New York City that go 25 years without pulling the gun out of their holster. Yeah. This guy and the lieutenant had just as many shootings. So you're like, that many? How? Why?
And that's not a good statistic.
No. And then you understand why they're gone and going into other careers, because it's hard. It's hard. I mean, I've seen people walk into the store, literally, and they have alleged armed security, and they go and they take a whole entire rack of clothes and walk right out the door, and nobody stops them. Nobody talks.
And that's what I'm saying. You're just talking about that woman park. I mean, how brazen can you be? Mm-hmm. You park your car right in front of the door, get out of it and go rob a store and get right back in your car and drive off and nothing.
I'm surprised no one said any. I mean, you might not have seen it or the windows are tinted. Like if she had kids in the car and I saw her shut the vehicle off, whether she's robbing or shopping or whatever, I'm just that person that I would say something.
Oh no, they arrested her. They ended up arresting her because some people walking in to Walmart saw the kids with the windows closed and everything.
So the kids
weren't happy.
And by the way, this is not human beings also, but your pets.
Please exactly.
Shop unless you're going to take them into the store with you.
You let your dog outside for a couple minutes.
It don't matter if you have the window cracked. Try and sit in your car for a half hour with your window cracked and see how hot it gets.
Oh my gosh. Even when I shut the car off to get gas or someone and I'm sitting in the car.
Back in the car. Oh my God.
I have to open the door to get some airflow because it is just so stifling. And that's 3.5 minutes of getting gas.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's just really sad. And pets, in this heat, if you can leave them at home in the air condition, leave them at home. They're not having fun walking around.
No. Panting. No, not at all.
Now, Bill, you've been out in the excessive heat for 2.5, almost 3 hours on Wednesdays for the last few weeks. Yep. How has it been on the golf course for you at Los Altos?
It's been hot.
I haven't been out there because I've been running tournaments for the last 5-6 weeks. So
no, it's been hot, and the guys that I play with, because for some strange, crazy reason, there's still a few guys that think they can walk it. But there's no water. There's no water there. So if you don't have
water stations,
if you don't have your own water, which I always bring my water. Other than that,
you blow through that in 18
so I'm like,
9 holes they play. Yeah,
we only play 9 holes, but it still takes forever to get through it. I mean, we've been playing with. I mean, we went from a full 28 to 30 people to maybe 10. 12, and even that, you get those slow people in the front and you're done. You just sit back and wait. Wow. So the other guys that I've been golfing with that choose to walk, and I'm like, you crazy? I just let them take a seat inside because there's no shade. There's no shade. So I'm like, you should sit in here, and I'm like, you drinking beer? That's a good thing to die. You drinking beer? It's over 100 degrees. There's no water. You want to sit here? It's okay. Nobody's gonna charge you for sitting in the seat that's empty.
Right.
So it's been really, really bad. But we either have extreme winds and hurricane things, or we have extreme heat. So I go out there and I just play and do what I can, and I stay hydrated. That's the key. Stay hydrated while you're out there.
As you can see, I am sporting the Protect the Game hat right now.
Yes,
on my head, and we want to tell you, Saturday, August 19th at 8 a.m., there's going to be a shotgun scramble for the 4th annual Protect the Game golf tournament Protect the Game is training military veterans to become youth sports officials and their families, by the way.
Yeah.
And registration for the golf outing is open right now. And the training for military veterans to become youth sports officials is absolutely free to them and their families. The golf outing is happening in Windsor, Colorado at the Highland Meadows Golf Club. Veterans in sports officiating Protect the Game golf outing Saturday, August 19th, the 4th annual Protect the Game golf tournament at Highland Meadows Golf Club, Windsor, Colorado. Visit protectthegame.org to sign up today, and we hope to see you out there because Big's Golf Talk will be on hand. So,
I got one question. Where's my hat? And then Amanda could ask her question.
Your hat, I got this at the event last year. So
okay. So also, Amanda, you go first, and then I'll end the segment. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, and Backswing will be there as well.
Yes,
that's right.
It won't be me. I will be in Cleveland, Ohio at the same time. So if there were two of me, I could.
Colorado is a lot closer than Cleveland,
It's a lot
Ohio.
closer to home. I think we need to talk to the husband. It'll get her home faster. That's all I'm saying. I think it's time to talk to the husband. But anyway, also some good news. Caddy Daddy.
Yes,
they have stepped up. Not only have they donated, they actually, we're going there. We're going to be live. They actually sponsored Big's Golf Talk for the foursome. We'll be golfing with some other players from them. They wanted to golf with us. So we have our team set. They also will have a tent there where they'll have the products. He's a military veteran as well, as well as the rest of his family. So we are proud for them to join on. We have to give special thanks to Squares, who's also donating to it, and Anson Belts. They stepped up.
Nice.
We got 4 fresh belts coming for the event as well, military orientated. So we got a lot of stuff going on. It's going to be a great event, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to being live. We got a couple of live events coming, and that's one of my favorite and special ones that we're going to be doing for the military vets. So stay tuned. We will be there.
There's going to also be former professional MLB umpires. It's going to be on hand. The one and only, the legend, the Hall of Famer, Jim Evans, will be on hand at the event, as well as former retired MLB umpire Mike Fichter will be on hand as well. So come by, see us. We'll be happy to sign anything and all that stuff. And hopefully we raise a lot of money in Windsor, Colorado. Looking forward to it, Bill.
That's what it's about. We reached out to some other people, and hopefully the close ones will be able to show up. That's what we're looking forward to, seeing more people and hopefully making more connections. We have to support our veterans.
What a great way is to train them to become sports officials, because they make their own hours. They make their own availability. And
their families. It takes the stress off. Yeah. It also helps their families, women, kids, boys, girls. Learn the system, man. This is the future. We're missing out on an opportunity to help people. I know the fans, the parents.
We are working on getting a whole session here in New Mexico. Jordan and I are working on that and getting a Protect the Game training weekend here for our military veterans in New Mexico. So we're working on that. But right now, I know they're doing some stuff on the East Coast as well. And Alaska. They just announced their first Alaska training session. So how about that? Protect the Game, making an impact nationwide. So
that's right. We have an Army base and a lot of other stuff out there in Alaska. So why not? Let's get it done. It's good.
More Big's Golf Talk coming your way. Coming up next, is Amanda uncensored or is Amanda on par? Which Amanda do we get in her segment coming up next, right after this?